Hi everyone, welcome back to our videos on the ethics of belief. In this video, we're going to see how to take Clifford's examples and try to turn them into an explicit argument for his evidentialist view. In this video, we're going to briefly review what his evidentialist view is, then we'll look at his two examples from his paper, the ship owner case that we looked at in detail in the last video, and another case that he briefly mentions that I'll call the religious accusations case. After looking at those cases, we're going to talk about how to develop them into an argument. We'll reconstruct the argument by identifying the premises and the conclusion. Then we'll talk about how to motivate the argument, why someone might believe that the premises are actually true. All right, so evidentialism is this idea that it is morally wrong always, everywhere, and for anyone, you, me, everyone else, for anyone to believe something on insufficient evidence. And Clifford gives two examples where people form a belief with insufficient evidence where other people are harmed as a result. So there's the example of a ship owner who believes against the evidence that their ship is seaworthy and then sends it to sea. Remember, they believe that the ship is seaworthy. So they're not like sending it off being like, oh, those suckers, they're all going to die. No, they're like, everybody's going to be happy, everything's going to be great. They believe everything will be fine, but the ship sinks and everyone dies. The other example is where a group sincerely believed without evidence that followers of another sort of religious tradition on their island were sort of stealing and indoctrinating children. And the group published these claims, and that obviously had a negative impact on the careers and lives of those that were sort of slandered by these accusations, by these attacks on their character. Now, Clifford explains how these cases are supposed to support his evidentialist view as follows. Here's his own words. In the two supposed cases, it has been judged wrong to believe on insufficient evidence or to nourish belief by suppressing doubts and avoiding investigation. The reason for that judgment is not far to seek. It is that in both these cases, the belief held by one person was of great importance to other people. So this is his sort of first premise. His second premise is the idea that, but for as much as no belief held by one person, however seemingly trivial the belief, is ever actually insignificant or without its effect on the fate of humankind, we have no choice but to extend this judgment to all cases of belief whatever. So let's reconstruct this into an argument. The first premise seems to be this idea that, look, when a belief has a significant impact on the lives of others, in those kinds of cases, it would be morally wrong for one to believe with insufficient evidence, since other people are sort of relying on us to have good beliefs. But then he says, this is always true. All beliefs have a significant impact on the lives of others, and thus, in all cases, it's morally wrong to form a belief with insufficient evidence. Right. So let's take a look at how to motivate this argument. So premise one, why should we believe this? Well, that's the whole point of the ship owner example and the religious group example. Clifford is saying, here's an example where clearly it has a significant impact on the lives of others. And when it's made so sort of explicit, when you see that kind of example, you just automatically judge that what has been done was morally wrong. And so in each case, we judge that it was morally wrong for people to form this belief with insufficient evidence, and Clifford believes that the reason it was wrong is clearly because those beliefs had a significant impact on the lives of others. So the passengers are sort of relying on the ship owner to have trustworthy beliefs about the ship's seaworthiness. And the religious accusations had a severe negative impact on people's reputations and careers. And it's because of all that the ship owner and those giving the accusations have a moral obligation to only form those beliefs if they have good evidence to back it up. And since they don't, they have failed their moral obligations to other people. All right, premise two, all beliefs have significant impact on the lives of others. So he wants to say, look, we've seen it in the ship owner case, we've seen it in the religious accusations case, but it doesn't stop there. It's true that any belief we hold will also have that kind of significant impact on the lives of others. Why should we believe that? He says, well, he who truly believes that which prompts him to an action has looked upon the action to lust after it. He has committed it already to his heart. If a belief is not realized immediately in open deeds, it is stored up for guidance of the future. So he's saying, look, even if you don't act on your beliefs now, it will likely cause you to sort of act on those beliefs later on in your life. And he says, our lives are guided by our general beliefs, which has been created by society for social purposes. And our beliefs help bind people together and to strengthen and direct their common action. So in other words, look, there's this theme of these beliefs guiding our actions. The idea is our beliefs are connected to our actions. The things you believe have an impact on the things you do, and the things you do have an impact on the lives of others. So via that sort of indirect route, your beliefs end up having an effect on others. So that's all for this video. The next video is going to consider sort of potential objections to this reasoning, and we're going to see how Clifford might try to respond to those objections, to try to defend his view. See you then. Bye-bye.